Welcome again, everyone. We have a Kyosho model today, and I totally forgot this model was even out there in the first place. It's a Lamborghini Diablo GTR. I already have like 4 other Kyosho Diablos. I just kind of assumed that was all of them, but Kyosho goes down all these deep wells of castings, and so eventually I figured out that I didn't have this one. I picked this one up locally. It seems to obviously have been displayed before. This display base is all dusty. Hopefully it's not scratched, hopefully it's not, hasn't been dropped. That's a really long screw on this guy. What is up with that? Maybe that's a different screw. Alright, well, let's take a look at this thing here compared to these photos and some Wikipedia information that may or may not be correct. Supposedly this is from the year 2000, and they only made 30 of these things, and it's powered by a 6-liter naturally aspirated V12, making around 590 horsepower. 0 to 60 or 0 to 100 in 3.5 seconds, and then 210 miles per hour is its top speed. It's running on these black magnesium Speedline branded 18-inch rear wheels. The fronts, maybe they're smaller, they could be 17 or something. The whole interior's gutted out, and then the side windows are made of plexiglass for racing safety. And then the entire body is mostly carbon fiber, except for the roof they kept as steel for strength, and then the the doors are made of aluminum for safety reasons. And I guess the price of this thing was $310,000 back in its day. That's all I learned. I pulled up this second rear photo because when I looked at this first photo, I thought this was maybe a customized Lambo because it's got these chromed or stainless exhaust. But I'm thinking that actually is the way it came from Lamborghini, because I saw a white photograph and then this blue one with the same type of exhaust. Alright, let's see about the model now. So they're the black Speedline wheels. Yeah, they look pretty close to the real thing. Yeah, they have like a center knockoff, like a racing car, no lug nuts. Kyosho blisters never have brakes or silver in the mirrors, but that's fine by me. Okay, so now I'm seeing that this thing is pitted, or paint rash is going on. That's a pretty common thing with Kyosho, so if you're new to collecting, keep that in mind. These things are probably like $6 to $8 when they're brand new, and they tend to generally be from the early 2000s. Alright, well, anyways, moving past that, the tires here, they have some curvature to the sidewall, looks pretty good. There is a bump here for a reflector, but I don't see that reflector on the photographs, so I don't know why. Maybe this is a mistake, and that's why they didn't paint it. Not sure what the story is there. This one actually rolls. Not every Kyosho rolls well, so keep that in mind as well if you're new. That's a really weird looking cutout. That's standard of like a Countach and stuff, but it's just the way that the tire is not recessed so much that it looks really strange, or the axle is pushed too far forward. Just doesn't look quite like those photographs. This axle also looks like it's too far back. There's a lot of gap here instead of there. I'm trying to push it forward. Is it bent? No, I don't think it's bent. It's just poorly placed. Alright. Going to the front, we have some textured details here in these vents. And then a little orange for those markers there. And what is this? That's a little recess for, I guess, yeah, that is on the photographs. I guess probably like a brake vent hole or something. And then we have the clear plastic headlights and the little tiny proportionate Lamborghini badge. Back behind those lights, I'm not seeing any extra detail. The way they molded it though, from the top view, it looks like there is like a rectangular light back there. So I guess it's well molded. Just from the front view, you don't see too much of it. So it's nice that there's actually a texture in here as well, and some black paint, although the paint didn't reach everything. These NACA ducts are not painted though. Then we have a raised painted black wiper blade and the molding as well. Well, they're not even blobby, they're just casted in mirrors. I guess it's decent enough. Alright, it's not a scratch. Alright, says some black paint here. I don't think there's a texture, it's just black. And then a little black on that vent there leading to the engine. This side of the car, well, the alignment of the tires is better here on that one. And it looks better on this side, like the tiny bit of the tires underneath there. Not so much on this side. So this side of the car just seems better, and also there's no paint rash on this door, like on the other side. There's no black paint in this vent. We have some sort of window detail. I think that slides open on the real car. And then no paint in these vents either. And then this black plastic wing is a separate piece. And wow, I didn't expect this. There's actually like air passing between this strut. You would think that would just, I would think they would have just made it one solid piece, but there's actually air going on there. So this is actually a pretty funky, you get a better look at this thing. It's like wider at the front struts, narrower at the back struts, and then there's air passing between them. So that's a really funky wing strut, and far more complicated than I would have expected for a Kyosho blister pack. Alright, nice red taillights here. I think the whole taillight section is translucent red and they painted the black on top of it. There's a texture, the Lamborghini looks good, GTR. And then here we do have a texture in these giant vents here. And then unfortunately there's no silver paint for these exhausts, you know, so they don't look remotely like the chrome ones we see in the photographs. The tires are slicks. Okay, and this thing was screwed to that base quite a lot. I just saw a flat spot. There it is. Well, press fit together. It tells you what the car is, who made it, but it doesn't tell you when. So that's too bad. Oh, yeah, didn't catch on the first run. These must be the fuel filler ports. Alright, well, at least this side of the car looks nice. I mean, this isn't too bad. Well, pleasantly, paint rash is only on that side door, which is kind of weird. Usually it's on the roof, but, yeah. So it could have been a lot worse. I've seen a lot worse from Kyosho. Let me get the coaster thing. Alright, I'm just going to pull out those other Diablos I have. Sorry, here's a standard Diablo. These are all going to be by Kyosho. So I guess in 1990 that first Diablo came out. And then, I'm trying to go in chronological order. Alright, so the next one would be the Diablo SV that came out in 1995. In fact, let me go in this order here. And then, the next one is from 1999. Wait a second here. This also says Diablo SV. So what is the difference with this one? I mean, both of these on the bottom just say Diablo SV, but this one has clear headlights, so it's a facelifted version or something. Yeah, that's the only thing I can imagine. Alright, so then in 2002, which came after this car we reviewed, is the Diablo Team JLOC, the Japanese Lamborghini Owners Club, or JLOC, not J-Lo. Yeah, so I guess it's definitely a facelifted version where they went away from the pop-up headlights to just fixed lights for, you know, weight savings and probably just cheaper to make. Although I'm guessing Lamborghini doesn't care too much about budgets. Well, I'm not sure. They are run by Volkswagen. So an interesting little array of Diablos. Let's let this guy spin out its own now. I would like to say that's all the Diablos Kyosho made, but I could be wrong. There might be another one for all I know that I didn't know about for the past year and a half. So, not sure what to say. Maybe there'll be another review if I ever find another Diablo. If not, then I guess this will be the end of that, end of the series for these reviews. But it won't be the end of the Kyosho collecting. I know there's still a few other castings from Kyosho I have to get, so hopefully you'll see some of those in the future. Thanks for watching today, guys. We'll see you around. Bye.